Hello and welcome. My name is Rich. I am so excited that you're here in my sunroom. Yoga changed my life, and I think that it can change yours too. Today we have a really beautiful, heart-opening, energizing class. As we move, we're going to explore a simple but central yogic idea, which is that length creates the conditions for opening. So we'll pack a lot into a short amount of time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Get started on your mat and come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Rock forward and back on your sit bones, those two little round bones at the bottom of your spine. Take a moment to find your balance here. Rock forward and back, and then recenter yourself in a seat that feels both steady and spacious. Always looking to find stability and ease in every pose. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Take a nice breath in and a long breath out. You did the hardest part, you hit play, so we are already here. There's nothing else to worry about. Bring both hands in front of the heart and melt the forehead down toward the fingertips. Take a second here to nod to yourself on the mat, whatever brought you here today. That wise inner teacher. Big breath in, and on your exhale, release the fingertips. We'll crawl forward, coming into a tabletop position, and via tabletop, lower straight now onto your tummy. We're going to begin here today. Bring the thumbs towards the ground and the pinkies towards the sky with the arms behind you alongside the body. Your chin meets the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And begin by hugging the ankles toward one another and spinning the inner thighs up towards the sky. So the legs here are nice and active. Bring your attention to the front of the hips and really press the pelvis down into the floor. As you roll the shoulders away from the ears, take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift the sternum up off of the mat. We're not thinking about a back bend, we're thinking about lifting forward and up. Big breath in here, and use your exhale to gently lower. Left ear comes onto the mat. Bend the knees behind you and windshield wiper them from side to side. And come back through center. The chin will return to the mat. On your next inhale, begin to lift through the sternum a little bit higher this time, and press the outer edges of the feet into the mat. Keep rolling the inner thighs up toward the ceiling. Here we have the option to swim the arms forward. The thumbs will face toward one another. Broaden the shoulders away from the ears and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Bring the arms behind you. The right ear comes to the mat. Already beginning to warm up through the front body and the heart. We'll do that one more time. Chin returns to center. Roll the pinkies toward the sky and press the edges of the feet into the mat. Inhale to lift through the sternum. This time, if you'd like, lift the legs up off the mat. And if you notice the legs begin to splay apart behind you, keep hugging them in toward one another. Options to swim the arms forward one more time and roll the shoulders away from the ears, palms face inward. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower. Hands come to frame the sides of the rib cage. The hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Press up in one piece, coming to plank pose. Press the heels back and hug the ankles toward one another. Hips stay in line with the head. And if your head is hanging, let's lift it. One flat surface running from the feet all the way to the crown of the head. Big breath in here. And on the exhale, hug the belly button toward the spine. Roll yourself back and up into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, spread the fingertips wide and drop the shoulders away from the ears, the same way that we did in our Superman pose earlier. There's a feeling of the shoulder blades stabilizing against the back of the rib cage. That's actually what's happening in your upper back, which is pretty cool. Take a moment here, walk the hands back to meet the feet, find a heavy bend in your knees, and let the head hang. Maybe sway a little bit side to side. Beautiful. Keep a soft bend in the knees, drag the palms up the shins and come into a half lift. Really extend from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Imagine that you're telescoping the spine in two directions. So send the tailbone toward the back of the mat as you send the crown of the head forward. The same lift that we found in our seat, we're finding here in our half lift. Big breath in. Exhale, keep that length, bring the arms up and overhead, hinge at the hips to come to stand. And float the fingertips down, hands come to the center of the chest. Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Notice if you're splaying outward. Draw the belly button in so that you have a nice neutral torso. Big breath in. Exhale, slice the air in front of you with your hands. Bend the knees and come to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Find that same telescoping action through the spine. Tailbone reaches back, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale to plant the palms. Walk the hands out to plank pose. Make sure the hands are spread wide and directly underneath the shoulders. Hold here. Big breath in. Shift slightly forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows to a 90-degree angle, chaturanga. Place the tops of the mat on the feet, the tops of the feet on the mat. Press the floor away, and keep that activation through the front of the body as you shine the heart forward and the gaze straight ahead. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hug the belly button in and lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Stack the right hip on top of your left hip. And as you do, press evenly through both palms. We have a tendency here to collapse into the left hand. See if you can stay even through both hands and feel that stretch through the entire right side of the body, right foot down into the pinky of your right hand. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bring the right foot in between the palms. Set up for crescent lunge. You have a 90-degree angle with the right knee over the right ankle. Your back heel is lifted. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up and overhead. There's an action here of squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. The back hip wants to open. See if you can drag the hips into alignment. Press strongly through the back foot. Take the hands to the low back. Roll your shoulders away from the ears and hug the elbows toward one another as best as you can. Notice here that there's a bend in that lower back. Before we go any deeper, we're going to create some length. Reach through the crown of your head, find a lift through the sternum, and then hinge slightly at the hips until you are in a flat back position. Keep that length through the spine. Bend a little bit deeper into the front knee. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. And keep the flat surface through the back body. Inhale, telescope through the spine as you rise up. Biceps come alongside the ears. Option to stay here, or we can begin to move into a small warrior 3, bringing the weight into the right foot, lifting the left foot up from the floor, squaring the hips down towards the mat, pointing the left toes towards the earth. Left hip's going to want to open. See if you can point the left toes down so you're squaring the pelvis to the floor. Your biceps stay alongside the ears. Reach long through your fingertips. Press through the back heel. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. You got this. 1. Gently begin to bend into the front leg as you lower the left foot back onto your mat. Reset, crescent lunge. Stack shoulders over hips. Hands come to the heart. We're going to hinge once more at the hips, creating that length from the heel all the way through the crown of the head. Take a look down at your right foot. Line the nose up with the right big toe. Keep your head exactly where it is, so don't take the gaze over, but begin to twist over towards the right leg. Keep extending through the crown of the head. Nose is over the big toe. Maybe hook the outer left tricep to the outside of the right knee or thigh. If you notice that you're rounding the spine to get deeper into this twist, back out a little bit. We don't want to lose the integrity here. Length first, then rotation. Big breath in. Use your exhale to unwind. Sweep the arms up and overhead with your next inhale, and exhale, circle the arms down to frame the right foot. Step back to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than elbows. Inhale to upward facing dog. Shine the heart forward and up, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that sequence on the other side. So inhale, lift the left leg up, stack the left hip on top of the right. Press evenly through both hands. Press through the pinky side of the left foot. Big breath in, and on your exhale, step the left foot between the palms. Step it up for crescent lunge. We have a 90-degree angle with the left knee stacked over the left ankle. Inhale to lift the arms all the way up and overhead. Press strongly through your back foot. Square the hips. Drag the left hip back and the right hip forward. Hands come to the low back. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Hug the elbows toward one another. Again, before we open, we're going to create length. So reach through the crown of the head, lift through the sternum. Then hinge slightly at the hips. Find your flat back position. Nice, neutral lower back. Bend a little bit deeper into your left knee. Keep the shoulders broad. Option to stay here or move into warrior 3. Most of the body stays exactly the same. The left leg begins to straighten as you bring weight into your left foot. Lift the right leg up behind you. Stack pelvis over the standing leg. Point the right toes down towards the floor and square the hips to the mat. Biceps stay alongside the ears. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, gently float the right foot back down. Reset, crescent lunge. Shoulders over hips. Hands come to the heart. Hinge once more at your hips. Look down at your left foot. Line the nose up with the left big toe. Keep reaching through the crown of the head as you begin to twist towards the left. Maybe the outer right tricep hooks to the outside of the left thigh. Again, if you notice that you're rounding the spine to make the twist happen, back out a little bit. Keep the integrity of your shape. Length first, then rotation. Big breath in. Inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Step back to plank pose. Make your way through a vinyasa. That's chaturanga, upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. You could always skip it. Once we're in downward facing dog, seal the lips. Take 5 breaths in and out through the nose. Beautiful. All right, on the next exhale, come forward to plank and lower all the way down onto your tummy. Seal the fronts of the hips onto the mat. This is your access point. This is your anchor. So these don't go anywhere. Zip up through the back of the body. Hug the ankles towards one another and squeeze the inner thighs in. Pinkies face up toward the sky. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And on your next inhale this time, lift. Legs, head, arms. Everything rises. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like, bring the palms together behind you. Release the fingertips and press the knuckles toward the back of the room. Actively pull the knuckles away from the head. And then as you press the palms together, continue lifting up and forward through your sternum. Big breath in here. Hold for 3, 2, feel the heart beating. Hold for 1. Exhale to lower. Left ear comes to the mat. Take a moment. Notice the warmth beginning to build through the back body. Yeah, we're going to take one more round. Bring the chin back to the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Pinkies face up toward the sky. And on your next inhale, lift everything up. Legs, chest, head, arms. Option to stay here or bring the palms together. Press the knuckles toward the back of the mat. Seal the palms together. Keep reaching forward through the sternum. Keep hugging everything towards the midline. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Hands frame the sides of the ribcage. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Press into the tops of the feet. And inhale, upward facing dog. Shine the heart forward. Exhale, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Great work. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. And as you exhale, step the left foot between the palms. Walk the hands over toward the right side of your mat and turn to face the long edge of your mat. We're going to set up for a wide-legged forward fold. If you have blocks, you could bring them underneath the shoulders if you'd like. And if not, we'll just come onto the fingertips. So hands are directly below shoulder heads. Roll the shoulders away from the ears to find your half lift. And we'll come to find the same telescoping action that we've been working with all class. So send the tailbone back, send the crown of the head forward. Maybe find a soft bend in the knees if that feels good. Big breath in here, and use your next exhale to fold. The crown of the head will move toward the earth. You can walk the hands back if you'd like, maybe widen the stance a little bit. And if it's available to you, you can let the crown of the head come to the floor. That's such funny yoga language. If it's available to you, but yeah. If your head reaches the ground, continue rooting down to the crown of the head as you lift the tailbone up through the sky. Okay, great. Big breath in. As you inhale, come back into your half lift. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, heel toe the feet in just a footprint or 2. You're going to turn the toes out about 45 degrees. Bring the hands to the tops of the thighs. This is goddess pose. I love this shape. Drop the pelvis until it's roughly in line with the knees. And take a moment to sway side to side. Imagine that you are polishing the femoral heads inside the hip sockets. Nice. Okay, come back through center. Hands stay on top of the thighs. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Again, find length through the crown of the head. Exhale as you drop the right shoulder through center. Turn the gaze over to the left. Here, the spine really wants to compensate by rounding, so keep sending the tailbone back and keep reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale to return through center. Exhale, the left shoulder comes down through center. Turn the gaze over toward the right. Inhale, return through center. Begin to straighten the legs. Sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the palms together. Hands melt down to the center of the chest. Turn to face the top of your mat and step the feet together for mountain pose. Take a breath. Notice the difference here. Yeah, we have more lift through our heart without forcing anything open. From mountain pose, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead, and as you exhale, come to a forward fold. Plant the fingertips down to frame the toes. You have the option here to bring the feet hips distance apart, or if you'd like, walk them together so the big toes touch and the heels sit slightly apart. Rise high onto the toes and drop the tailbone down toward the heels. The ankles are going to want to splay outward here. See if you can hug them in toward the midline the same way that we've been working on. Squeeze the thighs together like there's a block between the legs. You can stay here in this little ball shape or continue squeezing inward as you let the hips, or as you sit the hips lower. Shoulders stack over hips. Hands come to the heart. Toe stand. All right, extend the arms forward. Keep hugging the ankles and knees toward one another. Slightly lower to the heels down toward the mat. Hips are going to stay low. Lower for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down onto your back. Bring the feet underneath the knees. We'll set up for bridge pose. Knees and ankles are in one line. It's almost like you're standing on 2 legs. We don't want the knees splaying out. So really keep the activation of drawing everything towards the midline. As you inhale, scoop the tailbone up and lift the hips by bit until you are on the fronts of the shoulders. Option is to here, the triceps pressing into the floor, or if you'd like, walk the shoulders underneath you and bring the hands together. Press the knuckles toward the feet, lengthen the glutes toward the back of the knees. Big breath in. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. A slow release all the way down. You have earned it. We'll take the left ankle above the right knee, thread the arms through for a figure 4 stretch. If the tailbone is lifting way off the floor, we're actually bringing the stretch into our lower back instead of the hip. So the same concept applies here as it did in our more active poses. Let the tailbone lengthen down and press the left knee away from you. If it feels good, you can use the arms to gently draw the right leg closer. And we can feel this in the outer left hip, the left butt cheek. Big breath in. Exhale, release. We'll switch sides. Right ankle crosses above the left knee. Thread the hands through. Lengthen the tailbone towards the floor. Press the right knee away from you. Flex the right foot. Keep breathing. And use an exhale to release. We will come to our final resting pose, Shavasana, allowing the legs to extend out in front of you, arms to rest by the sides, palms face upward towards the sky. Let the eyes close. Even in these short practices, it's really important that we take a moment to mark this energetic, physical, and mental pause. You can imagine it like a punctuation mark on your practice. And as we move through life and become more mindful, these transition moments become like little mindfulness bells, reminding us to be here. Yoga's almost done. Might as well stay for the whole thing. So if you'd like to stay in your Shavasana, you can go ahead and press pause now. And if you'd like to close practice together, begin to roll over onto your right side. Using the left arm, press yourself up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Hands come together in front of the heart. Bringing the palms to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Palms to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communication. And palms to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I will see you next time.